Hello and welcome here to Brackenmore for this Northern Premier League East fixture between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Dunston UTS. I'm your commentator today, Adam Allcroft, as we are hopefully going to see a very insane match, and actually it's a crucial match. The Steels versus Dunston, both teams fighting for playoffs, neither team in particularly great form coming into this one. But both teams are going to need a win desperately. Well, let's just look at that league table before we get started here today. Stocksbridge still staying in there in 5th place, but a loss today to Dunston will see Dunston overtake the Steels and to have that spot in 5th. It would be the first time Stocksbridge have been out of the top 5 since November. So it's a huge game for Stocksbridge, but a win for Stocksbridge, not only would that put them 6 points clear in the playoffs with just 6 games to go after this one, which would be much more comfortable going into those last few games. It would ease some of the nerves that have began to appear around Brackenmore over the last few weeks with some of this poor form that has happened for the club. So we are just a few moments away from kick-off here, so we are just warming up. Just the teams are currently just actually waiting to be led out by our referee, Mr. Majid. I say Majid Ali. It's John, Mr. Johnson. I mean, you've been told wrong there, but we'll see. And we're just waiting for the teams here to come out. Now they'll be led out by Curtis Turner and Craig Scott today as Steele's substitutes continue to warm up, and all aided by someone who isn't on the bench but back just briefly to help the Steels out on dual reg, Alex White-Ingram there. So we continue. So this game, absolutely crucial. Dunston again, and not in great form. A team that I think many of us expected a lot of going into South season. I heard rave things about them during pre-season, and obviously Dunston as well. Though Dunston's a lot of their hopes maybe got dialed back a bit when they lost to the Steels 3-2 on opening day over at their ground up in the northeast. And a northeast opening day was not one that I think the Steels were reveling, but what a day it ended up being in beautiful sunshine. I remember absolutely burning my knees during that one. It was that hot with my laptop on my knee while commentating in that game. Still waiting for the okay for the referee. They've been stuck in a mesh tunnel for a while. So just waiting for the case. And here we go. The referee leads the two teams out today. So let's go through the teams for you. So for Stocksbridge, it's Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Jordan Lemon, Jack Tinker, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Alex O'Connor briefly returns from his dual registration with Parkgate, Curtis Turner, who's the captain today, Ethan Bojang makes his first start for the club, Luke Rawson returns to the first team, then it's Charlie Wood and Iffy Afebu. The bench is Bailey Tybaker, Keegan Townrow, Luca DeFalco, Lewis McCaskill, and briefly returning after a great spell with the club at the end of last season, Ben Partridge. You will remember his goal against Pontefract Collieries. So for Dunston here, the team is Daniel Staples in goal, then it's Craig Baxter, then it's Craig Scott, who's their captain, Philip Turnbull, Jude Swales, Terence Galbraith, Liam Fear, Michael Pearson, Carl Finnegan, Sado Jallo, and Dale Pearson. On the bench from is John Shaw, who you may remember from Sheffield, being a Sheffield Wednesday striker, now plays at centre-back, Useni Mwanda, Michael Fowler, Jack Kamada, and then Jake Jensen. They're your teams for today as we get closer and closer to kickoff here. Expecting it at any moment now. So just like you know, Ross Goodwin who's just coming out in front of me, been ruled out with injury for this game. Hamstring injury picked up during Saturday's game against Grimsby Borough. Luke Castle also struggling on, which hence why he has been relegated to the bench. So referee is just making his final preparations as the lights have just come to the middle here. We are going to have a slightly delayed kickoff here because of this, as Curtis Turner, who serves as Stocksbridge's captain, I do apologise there, will go to the middle. So there are obviously a few other games going on. Arsenal United are facing Carlton Town. That game has already kicked off. And Shildon versus Hebburn. Shildon versus Hebburn is an important one for the playoff hopes, because Hebburn are obviously one of the teams above us that we would quite like to catch, or at least overtake to make our place a bit more comfortable in that top 5. I'm not David Bradley. I do not know any Egyptian to get any quote, so no chance of any quotes in today. Unless I can get something about a pyramid or a sphinx in, but that's going to be a challenge. Anyway, so we had the handshakes. It looks like Stocksbridge will be the team to kick us off. It's even Bojang who is standing over the ball. Had a bright debut after coming on earlier than expected on Saturday. And we'll be looking to impress today. Thomas Poole also just away today, hence he not being in the team, and he will not be in the next 3 teams either due to his suspension due to that red card. So there's a quiet around Breckenmore just as we wait for the referee's whistle. Mr. Johnston today just making his final checks on his watch, messing around like it's just an Apple Watch. And here we go. So Stocksbridge Park Steels have kicked off. So they're in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from left to right, while Dunston are in an all-red kick, kicking from right to left. And the ball's just going to go into the Dunston box, but they are able to head this away. It's back with Turner now, who is going to try and get it through the left, and it's Wood who's going to chase it. Wood be moving on to the left wing today, but it's going to get covered by Staples there, who's actually using his back, much like a defender, to allow that to go for a goal kick. He doesn't want to pick it up, which is an interesting little note there. So it's back with Daniel Staples to take this goal kick. Yeah. So hello to everyone who's in the comments today. Hey, please do, if you are, whether you're a Stock fan or a Dunston fan who's listening today, do feel free to comment. We'll try and shout you out during the broadcast. Just currently a bit of head tennis in the middle. Bojang heads on to O'Connor, who knocks it forward. Rawson tried to chase on, but I think it just flicked off a Dunston man. It did, and it's going to be a throw in the Dunston half for the Steels as they look to have a bright start to this game. Tinker's going up to take this throw. Need a good Tuesday night performance from Stocksbridge today to keep these playoff hopes alive and keep staying in them. It's just on the left-hand side, and here comes a ball in. Rawson chests it back down. O'Connor just to hit it, but it's a last-minute clearance and from Dunston to stop O'Connor getting a full volley on, and it's cleared, and eventually there's a foul given to Dunston there, but great football there that almost worked out. Dunston with a last-minute clearance. I think if O'Connor had hit that, it may have just been flying into the top corner. Good start for Stocksbridge so far. We are just a minute and a half into this game. Hey. It's now back with Staples to take a free kick, which I'm maybe thinking. I think O'Connor may have connected to the defender a bit as he hit that volley. And the referee decided to give a free kick for that one. So back with Staples now, who didn't start for Dunston the last time these two sides faced in the opening game. He was on the bench for that one. James Anderson, who made a few errors in that game, no longer here at Dunston. As it's just a battle in midfield for Dunston, but O'Connor just hooks it out, but it's only going to go right out play to be a throw-in on that halfway line. In. So Dunston will get the ball back here on the right-hand side. Baxter with the throw-in. And he's going to throw it down the line, but headed away there by Stocksbridge. Goes back in the midfield, knocks along. Jallo checks it down well. Good control. Gets it past Langton. It's slipped through, but just too heavy, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And that's a bit of danger there from Sado Jallo, who consistently, over at the times I've seen Dunston, has been one of the most impressive performers. I remember him coming on against the Steels last time and causing a lot of problems as Stocksbridge held on for that 3-2 win. So back for Townsend to take this goal kick. Townsend sending it long, but that's just going to go back to Dunston as a header goes just up in the air. Bojang fights through, but misses out on the header, earns a foul there from the shunt in the side. So it's a free kick just on the halfway line for Stocksbridge. They're going to press forward and see if they can occupy space in the attacking areas at the moment and continue what has been a decentish start for Stocksbridge. See if they can create opportunity from it. Going to go with Langton. Everyone's starting to look the same because it is a sodden, miserable night here at Stocksbridge, full of drizzle and rain and everything else. As Langton's free kick just goes right back to Staples there. Bit of a waste of possession as Staples is going to now send it long. Going to be covered there by Ogilvie, who heads it away, and it's just going to go bounce out to be a throw in here. Yeah, just 5 yards into the Stocksbridge half. We haven't seen many great passages of play so far. As Dunston knocked that one forward, but back to Ogilvie, clears it away, but only back into midfield with Turnbull, who spreads it out to Baxter on the right-hand side, who's going to send this one long, but Oglesby will happily head this one away, headed back into it, but Turner gets foot in. Jallow carries it away. Langton clears bounce off Jallow, and Dunston have kept this attack alive. So it through to Jallow, but a last-minute challenge there from Jordan Lemon there gets rescues it, but Stocksbridge trying to get it quickly out, is giving it right back, and while it was miscontrolled by Galbraith, he had plenty of space, despite Afebu was trying to challenge there, and Afebu is now on the left wing as he continues that press, and that press was forced to pour past to Curtis Turner. So Turner gets it left to Wood, back with Turner. Turner takes a touch, bit of a skim pass to Bojang. Bojan's not a great touch, and he's lost the ball there, and he's gone to Jallow, who's evading a challenge. He's trying to earn a foul, Jallow, and he has earned it as well. Bojang there being the man penalised. Back into the Dunston free kick. Just a few errors there from Stocksbridge. As they send this one long, they're looking to get it right into the box, but it's headed away and then knocked on. I think Wood trying to knock it on, and it is going to be Stocksbridge's throw, though. Last touch coming off Michael Pearson. So, David, if you suggest more Egyptian things like camels, I'll get the hump with you soon. So, throwing, going down, looking for Rawson, but heads away to Bojang, who heads it back on. Rawson takes it to his feet. Vade's tackle goes well to O'Connor, who's going to try and let through Afebu, who's going to press through, but Staples is well out to his goal to clear. I don't think Afebu was quite aware that was going to slip through for a while. And Ian Richards shouts out some orders over to his attackers to try and take advantage of maybe some of those passes through behind. It was good interplay between actually Luke Rawson and Gareth Curtis that gave one of the Steel's goals back when these two sides faced at the opening game of the season, as this throwing goes right back into defence for Dunston, who just clear it back out, looking for Finnegan, but Oglesby heads it away. Peels handball not given, but he give it back to Dunston, and Tinker actually miscontrols it there, and he's going to have to just allow it go out to play for a Dunston throw-in. Dunston have a chance to attack here from this throw-in. 5 minutes gone so far. It's 0-0 here between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Dunston UTS. Throwing goes in back onto the right-hand side here, back into the middle, and the ball is poor, but Stocksbridge just boot it right out of play. I think he had a bit more time than he realised, and it's going to go back to be a throw-in for the away side, who taking their time because they're not really sure where the ball is, but Swales has found it, Jude Swales, and he's going to put it back into be a throw-in. Baxter up to take the throw. Thrown it inwards, and it's gone into the box, but well robbed by Stocksbridge, and going to try and see if they can get a town to Royal Controls, looking to get the ball behind him, but it's well covered by Dunston, who now have it back in their defence with Galbraith, who knocks it long, headed away by Tinker. Cleared away, it's just going to get covered here by Galbraith, who gets some time and is allowed to pass it back to Staples here. Rawson's going to sort it over, but there's no real press happening as he has the time to look for Finnegan here, and he gets it to feet Finnegan, but forced backwards into Bojang. Takes a short pass to Turner and gets it to O'Connor, who's going to press forward. Evades one challenge, O'Connor, to get to Turner, who's clipped it over for Rawson. He's beat the offside flag. Turner gets a touch behind, but it's well saved by Staples. Rawson probably should do better from that one. It's fantastic play from Stocksbridge. Rawson there just can't apply the finish, and Staples makes a good save. Comes off the back of his leg there. It's going to be a corner kick for Stocksbridge. 7 minutes in here, and the Steels will have an opportunity from a corner. Stocksbridge scored from a corner the last time when they faced on opening day, and it was Luke Rawson actually who scored in that one. Headed down from Elliot Murray to him. Murray also out with injury at the moment. Here comes a corner in, looking, getting out, but it's cleared away at the near post. It's a poor corner from Curtis Turner, who's on them with Poole out today, and Jallo's on it first. Start the counter-attack, beats his man, but goes to Tinker, who clears out. It's back with Turner, and now it's with Wood on the left wing. Wood carrying it forward. He's got the overlap of Tinker to, but instead Wood cuts inside and gives it to Turner. Turner tries down the left-hand side, but he is tackled. Wood fighting for it still, and he does get it. It's back on that left-hand side, and they're going to look here for a Fabu. On left, he's fighting for it, and can he just get enough on it? Can't. He's going to go out for a goal kick. Better from Stocksbridge, though. And it will go back to Staples, who will look to hold the game together here for Dunston in goal. He's even switching goal at the side of the goal already. That weather is not very pleasant out there. Just this constant drizzle, which is just making things a bit unpleasant out here for the players. Going long here, but it goes right feet to Pearson. But he's tackled immediately by Bojan, who's immediate second himself, but it only goes back to Turner. Turner's looking to get it to Wood on the left-hand side, who takes a touch, but he's blocked off physically by Baxter. Some nice physical pullback work from him, and he's got the ball, and he's managed to get it to Jallo on the right wing, who's got the beating, a tinker there, but it's also got the beating of the bylines out for a throw into the Steels now. So it's back with Tinker to take this throw in now. Big throwing from Tinker down the line, but it bounces off of Dunston and it stays with them. Jallo's going to try and flick it, looking for the left-hand side for Dale Pearson, and he does get it, and he's going to get the pass beyond Lemon, but it's beyond the byline that time as well. Throwing the Stocksbridge. Then Denson will look to try and pen the Steels in that area, but Stocksbridge right now, I'd say, are edging this time. A goal to tell you about in the Northern Premier League East. It's not one that really affects us, but it is good for the relegation battle because Niall Davey has just put Carlton ahead against Ossett. Carlton looking to make the great escape here, and they're doing a good job of it so far. As Lemon here will get the throwing down the line, looking for Rawson, who is being sandwiched by two players, but it's going to be a throw-in to the Steels anyway. Luke Rawson felt a bit like jam there because he was just in the middle of two bits of Dunston players. Goes through to O'Connor, who tries to knock it on, but knocks it right back to Dunston here, and it's chested down well, this clearance, and back here for Fear, but well tackled, and it goes here to Wood, who passes it back to Tinker. Tinker just takes his time, he can close down by Jallo, but he's going to knock it long, looking for a Bojan, who would move into an attacking position, but it's been well dealt with Dunston. It's back with Jallo now, with Fear. He's forced backwards to Baxter now, and he will take the shot to Turnbull, and it's just a bit of poor passing there from Dunston, actually, because they've just passed it right out to play. It's back to Stocksbridge here. I think you can start to tell why both teams haven't won in, struggling to pick up wins at the moment. It's just with Tinker on the left-hand side. Tinker going to throw it in, chested down by O'Connor, back with Tinker, who's going to send it long, and a Faber might be able to get on the end of that, and he's just wide of it, and Staples is forced to boot that right out, and they're going to try and take it quickly here. Stocksbridge, they do get it to a Fabu, who evades a tackle. He's been forced backwards. Dunston are back in position, and they've earned another throw in an identical position at the moment. So Stocksbridge having it in the right areas. He just not created the opportunity yet, but Rawson did have that big chance that was well saved there by Staples. Throwing is just gone here to Bojang, who is looking to evade about 3 Dunston men around him. I think he might be trying to get a foul out of it. He's going to back, he'll get it to the byline, and that's going to trickle out for a goal kick. Dunston just did very well just to get all their men round Bojang and give him absolutely no option of what he wants to do. And now it's going to go back for Staples for the goal kick. 11 minutes gone in this game. It's 0-0 at the moment. And not exactly a thriller yet in the making. As Staples prepares to take this one. Going to take it long here, looking to get it to Fear, who heads it backwards, but he actually goes back to Wood, who heads it on, and Rawson's going to try to get the beat of the man, but he's blocked off by Jude Swells and doesn't able to clear. Now back with Baxter, who's going to actually see if he can turn this into a tap, but he doubles back after being closed down. Now into midfield for Dunston. And just on the halfway line, as they're going to flick it over the top for Jallo to chase, but it's been well covered by Tinker, who's just forced to boot it out to play in front of the DB Sports advertising hoardings. And they're taking it quickly because it's with Pearson now, back onto the right-hand side, but tackled, and Stockton looked to counter, but Swales has come and swept that one up, and he's passing out to Galbraith now, and Stockton trying to press the defence, and it works well because it gives it to Turner, and they try to get it quickly to Rawson, but maybe just a bit too quickly. Dunston are able to recover, so their long pass there is going to go back into goal for Townsend to gather. Townsend now will send this one long, and it's looking for Rawson, but it's just going to be headed simply out by Dunston. Turner only gets a touch onto it, but there's a push in the back of Curtis Turner, which is why they've earned the free kick, though I think that might be a bit of a light decision from the referee, Mr. Johnston, on that one in the Steel's favour. And Mitch Langton's looking like he's going to be the one to take it. It's quite far out, this free kick. It is on like about a yard away from the centre circle. But Langton will, I think he's going to look to try and see if he can get this ball in attack. As I say that, Langton heads forward and he gives it to Jordan Lemon. I swear sometimes they can hear me and they try to just make me look a fool sometimes. And I can do that just as well on my own. As John Lemon has a few options in the middle, like Rawson there as well. Like he's going to look to get it to the far end, but it's an absolute waste of ball right to Jallow. And there's a foul there from Stocksbridge, trying to see which man it is. I think it might be Oglesby there who's committed the foul, and Jallow stayed down after that one. I think it might be a high foot from Charlie Oglesby there that's been penalised for, and the referee might be about to get the yellow card out, the first yellow, in fairly quickly. So it's just waiting for the referee to make his decision. I think Charlie Oglesby definitely getting a talking to. And is that just a talking to there? Just Charlie Oglesby just making sure he's aware of the rules and that he's not going to be allowed to do that again. I think. I think the chance of a counter attack was limited, which is why he may have just got away with that one. Ball going long here, aiming for Jallow, who heads it sideways. Here for Finnegan, who heads it backwards. It's behind Fear, but he still managed to get it into now to Scott on the left-hand side. Scott's putting a decent-looking ball in, but headed away by Langton. Tonight slid down by O'Connor, who clipped out to Rawson now. Rawson going forced rightwards, and he's going to try and bind the physical battle, but he's lost it out. He's gone to Turnbull. And now Dunston's getting it. Rawson continuing to harass as Pearson spreads it out to backs on the right-hand side. Dunston doing well to escape the press there. And Dunston will clip it long and before it's blocked up by O'Connor. And now Turner's going to try a long pass forward, being headed away. It's a bit of a probably would have been good leading that, just leaving that well for Staples here. But it's with Lemon now, who tried to get through to a favour, who goes out play. A bit of pace to the game at that time, but in the end it didn't work out, as it's going to have to be Dunstan's throwing. 15 minutes gone, it is 0-0 here at the moment. Ball goes in and chested down. Back to Scott, who clips it long, and it's going to be chased by Pearson on the left wing, but it's well covered by Oglesby, who boots that one out into the unused terraces. It's a throw near the corner flag for Dunston. Scott going to get it leftward here to Pearson, and they try to get the ball in. Lemon blocks it, and Stockbridge do pass themselves into trouble. Afebu pass it back there to O'Connor. He caused some trouble there because that clearance from O'Connor was blocked off by Pearson, but in the end it is going to go harmlessly out for a goal kick, but that could have been worse. We'll try and keep you up to date with some of the other local fixtures, including that big one, which I think a few people have decided to watch on the TV instead of come here, Barnsley versus Sheffield Wednesday. We thank you for your loyalty if you're here or listening to us at least. As it goes back to Townsend to take this ball forward, looking for Bojang, and it's going to just be headed away and out by Swales. And it's going to be the free kick hit. Back free kick throw in here. Tink throws it down for Bojan. Pass it back to Tink, who's going to clip it long, and I think it Wood's trying to beat the mark there, but said it's just going to be headed away, and Jallow keeps it in, and I say keeps in, the linesman has judged him to go be out of play there, so it's a throw into Stocksbridge again, but this time it's about 10 yards in the Dunston half. Throwing going down the line, and it's been controlled by Bojang, trying to escape his marker, but he has been tackled, and they are going to try and carry, but he's been blocked off by Turner. Pass here now, time to O'Connor. Lovely little trick to get him away from the challenge as he goes it down to Tinker. Back with O'Connor. Great foot between O'Connor and Tinker as he presses forward, but that is when Dunston are able to rob the ball off him and clear. They've got it up to Finnegan now, who falls backwards, and I think he was looking for the run on the left wing here, but he's been forced further backwards than maybe he would have liked. He takes a shot past to Pearson now, and they get it back to Scott, who clips it over the top for but Langton clears away, but it's only gone back to Dunstan's midfield. And Dunstan's going to press forward here. It's with Turnbull now. He's trying to slip through Paul Bass. And it's clear Finnegan, who is into the box, being blocked off now. Pass it sideways. Ball goes across, blocked off by Langton. Still pressure on with Turnbull now. Turnbull's going to put a ball in with the left foot. Good looking ball. Tinker clears it away. But it is just going to go Bass there. And it's going to be back with Dunston. Pearson here. Back now with Turnbull. Turnbull puts a right footed cross in. It's over the top of Jallow, but I think it's going to be Bax who tries to rescue it, and he does rescue it before it goes out. But then Stocksbridge have earned a foul, I think, to say the least, and it's a daft one for Fear to give away, but for Baxter to give away, but Stocksbridge will come away with the ball. Bit of pressure to sustain. Best play that Dunston have done so far in this half. So, local featured Gold Car have taken a surprising lead against Emily. They're 1-0 up there. Emily chasing promotion from the Northern Counties this year. Townsend sending it long and just going to head away by Dunston, and he goes right there to Finnegan, who's going to flip it onto the left for Pearson, who takes a touch over. It's fantastic play to Fear. Fear takes a shot. Well saved by the foot of Townsend. It's still alive, this ball, and Fear goes down quite easily. He's appealing for a penalty. Come on, you're a Geordie, mate. You don't go down as easy as that. But it's a fantastic save from Ben Townsend when Fear went over the top. It's fantastic play from Dunston. But Townsend with his foot there saves it. Townsend sending it long. Rawson's going to fight for it. And it's shoved over Townsend there by Galbraith. And it's a free kick for Stocksbridge. And this time, unlike some of the other set pieces, the Steels need to not waste it and see if they can create some sort of opportunity. So we're back with Lemon now to take. As Dunston occupy quite a high line here. We'll see if Lemon can try and take advantage of it. And Lemon, he is going to get some air in it this time, and it's looking over the top, and it's bouncing the box, but I think it's come off a Stocksbridge player before going to the feet there of Staples. Better, though. A better delivery from Jordan Lemon, and Staples is going to pick that one up now as well. Send it long, and he's going through for Faber, who just has a man in front of him to stop him from just going for the stop straight away. And poor distribution from Staples almost puts him in. And you can see his frustration because he's just kicked the post in anger, which our groundsman is not going to be happy with because they're never happy when they kick the posts. Lemon's going to get the ball here now. Gets it through, and it's been immediately lost the ball then from that throw in as it goes out to be a Dunston throw in. Turner's touch not the best as it goes out, and Scott will get the ball now. So back now, Fear, who is touching the ground. Lemon goes robbing it off him. He's knocked off Lemon to earn another. I say that. It's actually a Stocksbridge throw in. I think the linesman's made a mistake there and kind of helped the Steels out. I think if Stocksbridge are able to make something out of this, the Dunston fans will have a right to be aggrieved. Lemon here gets it back to O'Connor, but I think O'Connor's committed a foul there as he tried to get that pass, and it is back with the away side for a free kick. We are currently 21 minutes into this game. It is 0-0 with Dunston having the latest big chance as Liam Fear's one-on-one effort was saved by the trailing leg of Ben Townsend. And it's going to be over back now for Staples to take. And as the rain continues to come down here, not heavy rain, but one that will definitely make these players a bit more miserable than they would be. Lemon sent it long here as he gets the ball back, but it is going to be comfortably collected by Swales, who tried to pass forward, but he's being intercepted by Wood. Wood's going to try and slip it through to Rawson, but a bit ahead of Rawson, who can't take it in control. Staples clears it. It might actually go in here. They're invited for it. Rawson needs to fight, needs physicality, but Rawson's given the foul away. That is a massive opportunity wasted. Rawson really should be knocking that one in as the keeper came up cleared, it came off Rawson, it bounced heavily, and Rawson should be using his body there to get enough on it so he can just tap the ball home. And in the end, Dunston get a massive let-off here. It remains 0-0. But it should be 1-0 Stocksbridge. Staples is sending it long here. But Oakley heads it right back, but it's going to be intercepted by Pearson, who is managed to get it out to Bax, who's knocked it over the top here for Jallo and Pearson to chase, but it is being covered, and actually Dunston just shunt the man off the ball, and they've earned a throw in that way as well, Dunston. Some good physicality that. Maybe some referees would penalise, but if the referee's consistent in that sort of way, you won't mind. It's a throw in here to Dunston on the right-hand side. They're going to just give it right back to Turnbull. He's been closed down quickly by Bojan, but they get the pass behind him here to the right wing, still with Dunston, and they get the ball behind him. There's appeals from the Dunston players. He's gone through the defence. Passes it back here, but intercepted by Bojang. Some good defending by him. They go through to Ralston, who just needs to hold it, and he's looking to, but he's lost the ball quickly there. And Dunston will continue to keep the pressure up here with Turnbull. Pass it sideways to Michael Pearson. They're looking for the right-hand side. Tinker is able to intercept and head it away, but it's going to be a throw in here for the away side. Taken quickly here by Baxter. Quickly onto the right wing for Fear. And they're going to look for the overlap here. It's a good ball here, but blocked off by Stocksbridge. And it's going to be a corner kick for Dunston, their first corner of the game. And Stockbridge will have to defend strongly from this one. There's a goal in the local fixture. Barnsley FC have taken the lead against Sheffield Wednesday 1-0. Devante Paul scoring that one. See, you should have been coming here rather than watching that on the telly. Dunston take the short corner to Fear. No one's noticed. Pass through a shot, and it's somehow wide. I thought for sure that was going in the back of the net. Steels were not aware of that short corner at all, and Fear laid off. Fear's initial shot was frankly quite poor, but the second shot was wide. That one, I thought sure was going to be nestling in the back of the net. Instead, Steels get a lead off. It's still 0-0 here. And it's back with Ben Townsend now to take. So Townsend, the goalkeeper, will take this as rain continues to pour here, and he's going to send this one long, but he skewed this one rightwards here and quite short. But Dunston there tried to get the header on it. They've not got a clean one. It's out for a throw to Stocksbridge. Kind of worked out there. Lemon here going to come take the throw in. Take the throw in down to a pot. Back to Lemon, who's going to send it long, looking for Wood. Wood's having his shirt pulled as he does it, but in the end, the ball got nowhere near him. Turner's going to try and find Wood now on the left wing, but that is well wide of him. Turner having a bit of a poor game at the moment, to be honest. And now it's back with Baxter on the right-hand side. They're going to throw it back here to Swales, who gives it back to Baxter now. Back with Swales. Oh, wow, and it's going really badly for Sheffield Wednesday. It's 2-0 to Barnsley now. As Sheffield Wednesday look like they're going to lose their first game in a long, long time. Dunston tried to build forward there, but Oglesby's collected it, and he's now going to send it long. Rawson not chasing in favour, who's going to cause a problem there as if Dunston are having to head it out. Tim Scarborough there struggling to control it. Ball now goes here to O'Connor, tries to slip it through, and it does get to Rawson, who puts it back on the left wing. Now back here to Tinker, and it goes to Turner, and the Steel's just trying to pass the way through Dunston midfield, who's remaining strong, and now they lose the ball to Jallo's tackle, but Jallo gives it right back, thankfully, and now there could be an opportunity here. Ball's going to go in. It's Faber who's looking to turn and shoot, takes a shot, but sliding challenge blocks him. Rawson fighting for it now. Rawson does get onto it. I think there might be a handball from the Stocksbridge attackers in that build up there, but in the end, Dunston are able to clear anyway. Dunston have it out, and then Jallo's going to send it long to Chase, but it's going to be covered by Langton, who passes it back here to Townsend, who's now going to send it long. And it bounces off Wood here. It goes to Rawson. Rawson here is going to take touch, goes past one man. Rawson has to do a sliding challenge to keep it. Takes back here to Turner. Turner's going to take the shot, but it's straight at Staples. The powerful shot, it had better direction, it might have gone in. But Staples there will take those shots straight at him all day. Good play from Rawson, though, who did well to recover with a sliding challenge. Ball going long here, bounces off the feet of Finnegan. Stockbridge able to get in with it, though. Lemon sends it to Faber. Faber looking to hold the ball now. Pass it back to Bojan. Bojan is now sending it long for Rawson to chase, but he put wide of him, though Dunston have to clear it out. The Steel's building, and some better play from him in recent moments. Lemon here. Throwing it down the line, looking for O'Connor, but can be headed away by Dunston. Turner trying to get a head onto it, but it is just going to go to Jallo, who knocks it over the head of Turner before getting it to Finnegan. Finnegan here bounced a bit off the ball, which keeps on it well, very strong from him. Sits it through Baxter now, who's on the overlap, trying to press forward. Now back here for Dunston, as Dunston look to build in their midfield, and happy to do so. They almost get the referee involved there, actually, as they now spread it to the left-hand side for Dale Pearson, who keeps it in well. Tries to find Scott, but they miss it. Now Bojan's going to look to get it on the counter-attack. Get it to Rawson, who's now hopefully found a Faber on the right-hand side. He does, but he needs some support in the middle. Rawson in the middle. Faber tries to beat his man. Bojan tried to cover it, though, and now Dunston are defending well. And, it's just let down by a few final moments there. But the pass is poor there from Dunston. Goes to O'Connor, who passes it to Turner, who doesn't try to pass back to O'Connor. He isn't aware of it, and he loses the ball there. Back with Dunston now, who have it to Dale Pearson. And as the challenge goes in from Turner, it's still with Dunston in midfield. And they eventually pass it back to Scott, whose clearance is blocked. It's just a load of calamity at the moment. Not really sure any of them know how to play football at the moment. They spread it out right to Jallow, but Tink heads it way. Flicked on by Wood, but it's just going to go back now to Jude Swales, who will take some time with it, with none of the players beforehand doing so. Swales is going to knock it long here as it bounces through here to Dale Pearson, who's going to pass it back here for Turnbull. Turnbull going to look for the pass through, and it is going to go through, but then Turner gets in with a challenge, and Turner is going to look for Rawson, but that is intercepted, and he goes right back into the Stocksbridge box. Tinker gets a head pass, but it's going to go out for a throw. It's going to be Steele's throw in there. Just, I don't think either team realised how to pass a ball at the moment. Emily have equalised in their game there against Galway. It's 1-1 there. And Hallam have taken 1 goal lead in their game as well. And it's going to go back for Tinker, who throws it down the line, but headed away by Dunston. They've got it in an attacking position. They spread it out well here. Dunston doing well to get it over to the left-hand side with Turnbull now, who's now going to turn, get it flicked on his right-hand side, head away by Stocksbridge. Tinker clears it, but only clears it to the edge of the box. Back now on the right-hand side, ball goes in, good-looking cross. Crucial header away, though, by Stocksbridge. Back with Dunston on the corner of the box as they slip it onto the right-hand side. Ball high up here, Langton heads it away, and then O'Connor gets the second header away, and Rawson's going to look to head it back out to the right side to Lemon, and Lemon's going to put the pass forward to a favourite. Looking to turn and beat his man, but I think it's been well covered there by Scott, and it's going to go out play for a Dunston throw-in. It's better though from Stocksbridge, so at least 30 minutes gone in this game, and it is still 0-0. Both teams being played quite roughly, I'd say. Hey, sometimes feel a bit like not a pre-season friendly in the sort of way where it's quiet and no one's trying, but in the pre-season friendly way that the moves that the players are trying to come up with aren't really working out at the moment. With Craig Baxter for Dunston right now. Pass it sideways to Fear, who now pass it back now to Galbraith, who takes a touch, going to carry it forward, and he's over the halfway line, the centre-back, as he looks to get it on the right-hand side, but not sure that was well planned, because Ogle's able to gather that and clear it long, looking for Rawson, who heads it backwards, but it's been surrounded by Dunston men, and they get it through to Jallow now, who's looking to turn, and he does get the turn pass off to the right-hand side to Baxter, but he's out of play, and the Steels will get it back. Golkar have just restored their 2-1 lead, their 1 goal lead over Henley now. It's 2-1 up. Nidal is scoring there. And now they'll get the ball back and hopefully just calm this game down a bit and maybe just get a few passes between them. That goes back to Bojan, back with Tinker, who's just sliced the clearance up at the moment. And go back to Turnbull, who's going to head it forward, and it's headed on, and it could go through to Dunston here. They go down on the edge of the box, appeals for a penalty, and it looked... And the referee's given the penalty! What? That was outside the box for starters. That is a very... was outside the box. It was a coming here, which is very... That is a very, very poor decision from the referee, Mr. Johnston, who may have just dictated this season here with that decision. It's the Stocksbridge player who's come off worse from it as well. It's an appalling decision from the referee. As Sam Ewins is now wondering whether he should be coming on here. Townsend continues to argue his case. It was not even in the box, that one. So it's... Dunston have got the rub of the green here with this. And Sado Jallow is the one standing over it. I mean, this is a very, very poor decision. I try not... Well, I am critical of referees at times. But I'm just going to say, one of the Dunston officials in front of me who doesn't even... thinks it might have been a free kick, but... So it's very, very poor. And this may be a season dictating chance for both sides. And the treatment continues from Sam Ewins on the player that's down. I say the Stocksbridge player has come off worse from this. So how this... It's up to Ben Townsend now, who has saved 1 penalty since signing for the Steels. It was on his debut against North Shields. And now the referee actually is going to talk to his linesman. It's Mr. Collar Booth over there on the offside. So we may see a change in decision, which I want to see if I will give credit to the referee if he is able to go, yep, sorry, that was wrong, after talking to the linesman. Because I don't think even any of the Dunston players really appealed. They appealed for some other things earlier in the game, but not that. So the referee's coming back in and the linesman's coming over now. So he's giving the penalty. It's an appalling decision. It's actually a bit embarrassing. He's going to look back at that replay, I imagine, and go, "What the hell am I doing?" And it's just, forward. Sado Jallo is not the one who's going to be taking the penalty now. It's up to Townsend now here. And it looks like it's going to be Dale Pearson to take the penalty. And will justice be done here? So the referee here has just had an absolute shocker, going over to make sure the penalty is taken right. A penalty from a foul outside the box, I'll remind you. I mean, you know, Dale Pearson here to take this penalty. Is going to, we're just waiting along. Will the delay help us or no? Here comes Pearson, takes a shot. Saved Townsend! Justice is done! Sado Jallo picks it up on the right wing. Ball goes in. Townsend claims he drops it, but he claims it at the second attempt. And that, well, Fowler looking to get it in the right-hand corner, but Townsend reads it perfectly. And that, I would say, is justice completely done because that was a foul outside of the box. And, oh, well, we will... It's not something we'll think much about after the game, but now Townsend is going to send it long. Looking for Rawson, who takes a touchback, but he's being robbed there often by Pearson, who's trying to escape with it despite pressure from Bojang. And Bojang's done really well to win that ball. And he's now just going to lose it himself, though, unfortunately. I think just not being able to get his pass off. And as well as Stocksbridge then clear it down the line, it goes out of play for a throw-in. Well, that was, what a massive, massive save that was from Ben Townsend in the playoff battle. And it's going to be a throw-in here inside the Dunston half. Throwing going down the line, head on by Jallo, knocked on by Finnegan. Then it's going to go back and cleared away. Hey, but Dunston's going to knock it back in, and it's just be a battle in the middle, but it's going to feel like O'Connor's knocked it long. Rawson is going to chase it down that left wing. He wins the first battle out, bounces favourably through, and he picks it up, and he takes a short off pass off. Here comes the shot, lofted, well saved by Staples. Goes to a Fabu, but he is offside. Much better from the Steels there. That's a stuck it! So it's going to go back now for Staples to take the goal kick. We are, after all that, we might have quite a bit out of time on, but we are 37 minutes into this game. It is 0-0 after that penalty save from Ben Townsend. Ball going long, but headed away by Turner. Rawson then heads it on a favour, looks at the turn, but he's been pushed off quite well by Scott, and he knocks it long. And Langton only can clear it backwards. Townsend's coming to claim it, and he does. Not just so you know, that isn't a back pass because it was obviously attempted to clearance. Silsden have equalised against Hallam FC. That's the team they're facing. It's 1-1 there now. And Townsend is going to send it long on. And Swales can only knock it behind. Galbraith can only knock it behind him. Rawson's fights for it, and he earns a free kick, Rawson there. And that's in the sort of position where Turner will be quite happy to try and knock it in. Even though Dunston have kind of thrown it one away. Charlie Wood there with that effort earlier, that was well saved. Back now with Turner, who's in real good position. He's going to take it quickly to Lemon. Lemon takes a touch. Lemon's going to put a ball in. It's a good looking ball, but headed away by Dunston. At the far end, the header tries to keep it in there from Bojang, but he can't get over it, and it goes out. Back for Staples to take the goal kick. Nice idea from Curtis Turner. Obviously one that they've tried on the training ground, and maybe if Bojang could just keep his head over it, we would have seen a bit more danger come from that one. which it does mean, though, at the moment, it is 0-0. Back now for Staples, who's just taking his time with it as he... I think he's just getting a bit of the rain after his socks there. Taking it long, he's going to skew towards the left wing here. As O'Connor gets somewhat most of the header onto it. Still with Dunston, and it bounced out of play to be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Lemon doing well there with the physicality of that. And it's back now with the former Lincoln United fullback. Going to throw it down the line. Lemon looking for Rawson, who heads it on. Afebu is the next one to try and fight for it. He heads it on, but that only goes back to Dunston defence, who will boot it right back out to be another throw-in. And it almost takes out the Dunston camera team over there to our right-hand side. As a ball boy goes. I think I'm calling him a ball man, actually. Because he gets it in essence. A ball gentleman, yes, I think that might be it. There's Lemon here. He's looking for his options. He hasn't really got any, so he's going to probably have to gamble. He's going to find a favour who's just peeled off. A favour passes it back to Lemon, who's going to clip it over the top, but that's headed away, and it's gone by Dunston. Fear has it, but he's going to be tackled there by O'Connor, and before Fear gets it back and passes it back, and now it's cleared away. Langton heads it back, but only gives it back to Dunston. Well, by Lemon, who's having a great game here. Lemon's going to flick it over to Wood, who back-heels it there to Bojan. Bojan's got some space, and Bojan's going to look for the run of Wood, but it's a bit too long for him, and he's now going to go back for Staples, who's going to actually take the short pass there and keep the momentum going at the moment. And Dunston is going to send it long here, back for Oglesby, who clears it away, and that's going to go to Rawson, who turns well. Rawson looking for the pass of Wood, and it's deflected, but it still gets to Wood, though. Not with the pace he'd like, though. Wood loses the ball, and it's going to be knocked away from him. And it's going to be Dunston's throw-in as well. Must have come off Wood last as well. Back now with Baxter. Baxter take time, and he's going to take a few steps before taking a long throwing down the line. Headed away by Stocksbridge, but only go back to Dunston in their central defence, and they're going to send it long to Chase. Oglesby is back to cover. He's going to take the touch, and he's actually going to have to boot that one right out of play after being put under some pressure from the Dunston attack. We are currently 41 minutes gone in this game so far. It is 0-0, though we do expect some amount of time in this first half due to the stoppage before that penalty. Going to approach highway here to Turnbull. Takes it well, got some space, pass it forward to the attacker, who is going to now get it to the left-hand side to Dale Pearson. Now back with Turnbull. Turnbull looking to get it to that right-hand side to Baxter, who takes it in well, and he's going to get it to that right side. This is where the trouble seems to come from, this right wing at the moment. Fear has it. Fear's looking to get the beat in the Tinker. He does get the beat in the Tinker there. Puts him on his arse and all as it continues, but I think Stockbridge get enough on it and knock it out for a corner kick. Dunston get their second corner of the game. And Steele's game will have to be strong on defence on this one. As a range, I think just took a heavier turn here. As you can just hear it on the top of our stand, maybe. Some proper ASMR for you, maybe. Well, we'll get some views that way. Corner going, it's a good looking corner. Headed away the first time, but Rawson looking to be the first man on. He is the first man on. He's going to carry on really well before he's stopped by Baxter, but Rawson gets it the second time. Afebu was looking to get the turn on his defender, but Staples has gone mountains out of his goal, and he's going to take what is, we're going to class, I think you could officially classify as a shot on goal. It was going to be on target, but Townsend stopped it, and Lemon was looking for the ball for Afebu there, but it has been blocked off. It's currently with Finnegan as he passes it back into defence. Rawson's going to try and keep him honest as it's sent long here, and it's gone beyond Langton, and Langton's going to go back and cover it. Back to Townsend. It's not the best pass for Townsend, but he is going to send it long. Bojan looks to fight for it, but it's headed away by the Dunston defence. Only back to Oaks, who's going to click it back up. It's Swales is looking to get his head on that, and he does looking to get onto that right-hand side, and Jallo's got the beating of Tinker here, and he's going to, but Tinker then gets the beating of him and clears it, blocked off. Back with Turner now, though. Turner's going to take time for, going to try and get a pass through to Afebu, but it is a bit of a wasted one. It's cleared out and back with Dunston now. Then Turner gives away the foul as well. So it's a free kick to Dunston, about 5 yards inside the Steel's half and inside the centre circle. Going to take it quickly, looking for Fear. May have found him, though, is very close to the edge of the pitch. Back to Scott. Cross goes in. It's a good-looking cross. Tinker has to clear it. And then Rawson trying to get onto it, but he hasn't got the pace to do so. Back with Dunston now. On the left-hand side now is Scott. Scott is going to take the pass, looking for the run of Turnbull. Turnbull, though, hasn't got the most pace in the world, and now he's going to put the ball in, cleared away at the first attempt, but it's going to be Dunston the first onto it. Stocksbridge are just allowing several crosses in a row to come in, and I think this could be the sticking point as another cross comes in, and Tinker is the one who's able to head it away, but Jallow is going to be the first on it for Dunston, who passes it back to Baxter, now back to Jallow, who is going to clip inside, going with a left foot, good-looking ball, and he almost found its way into the bottom corner. And the Steels just need to be much better on the second ball here, because they are not clearing it away. So we are going to get... That's a surprisingly small amount. 2 minutes added time for this one. Thought there'd be more after that penalty. Probably should be more. I think in reality probably should be 3 or 4 after how much time we wasted. That probably didn't help Dale Pearson taking the penalty. And it's going to go back for Townsend to take. Going to send it long here. Well, it's headed back by Swales and then hooked on again. It's now Turner fighting for it, but he gets it onto O'Connor. O'Connor's trying to turn, but it's back down, and this could turn into attack. It's Dale Pearson tearing down the left, crosses in, looking for the far end, but it's beyond Jallow. Jallow is going to go collect that on the right wing now. He's going to try and get the beating of his man. He takes a short pass here to Michael Pearson. Back with Jallow now, who takes the pass here to the edge of the area with Fear. Fear's looking to turn. Fear's going to take the shot. He deserved it. With their recent pressure, Dunston taken the lead. And it's with Liam Fear with a great strike. Disappointing to concede right before the half, and now Stocksbridge have a mountain to climb in the second. But Stocksbridge failing, they're being punished for not being able to clear their lines. And this might, if the Steels can't turn this around, it might be the end of the Steels playoff push. Because right now, the Steels are dropping out of the playoffs for the first time since November. Back for Turner, who's now going to immediately try and send it long. It can be headed away, and now it's in the midfield here for Dunston. And they're going to immediately get back on the attack again, back with Langton, who heads it back here to Turner. Turner clips on long to Lemon. Lemon's going to try and take the short pass, and it's played out into the crowd here. And Lemon just right now, I think, the best player on the pitch for the Steels. And And Lemon will need to make things better for Stocksbridge. We did go 2-1 down against Dunston over at their place, and we did come back, but Dunston does look to be fired up since the goal, driven by that charge down by Dale Pearson. And now it's back with Lemon, who's going to throw it down the line, looking for Rawson, and now it's going to be headed out and going to be a throw in here. Back now with Lemon to take. Lemon just catered there. Dunston have put once in half time already, and I don't blame them, because what a way to end the half that is for them. Back with Lemon, who's going to take a touch and not looking to get the cross in here. Gets it through to a Faber, who's going to the byline. He's trying to get the cross in. It's blocked off, and I think it's going to be a throw in there, but the referee instead will call half time. And well, right at the end there, it's disappointing because Liam Fear, with that strike at the near post, has just put Dunston ahead, and they are now 1-0 up, and that's why silence meets this Steel side as we go half time. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back here to Brecon Moor for this Northern Premier League East fixture between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Dunston UTS. It is currently 1-0 to Dunston after that late first half strike from Liam Fear. And the Steels will have to fight back from being a goal behind, just like they did up at Dunston at the very start of the season. It's a different side, though, for both teams, though, to that one. So we'll see if Stockbridge can manage it once again. And so it's the teams are back out here, ready to go. Oh, as the rain continues to pour. I think the pitch looks fine though, so I don't think there's any fear or hope, if depending on which way you're standing, of it's being called off. So Stockbridge will need a fight back here if they want to stay in the playoffs today, or this. Just in the Hallam game, really kicked off late as well. But yes, so looks like there will be a substitution at the half, and Jack Tinker, who looks like he was suffering from a nut, will be getting replaced by Bailey Ty Baker. So what we'd expect is Ty Baker, well, Baker, I mean, heading to the right-hand side and Lemon going to left back, as we've seen a few times in the second halves of games over the last few weeks. So Bailey Baker, one of the advantages Baker does give, especially because he is, to our knowledge, fully fit, is that he will add a lot of attacking threat down that right-hand side, one that John Lemon doesn't typically do nowadays. So we are just waiting. The ball's just over at the opposite wrong side of the pitch, so we're going to get it out in the centre. It looks like Michael Pearson is going to get us going in this one. And it's going to... And as he stands over the ball, referee just making his final few checks, having a little chat with Alex O'Connor. And now, one final few checks. And we're just waiting here, referee. I think having a bit of trouble with his watch there. And here we go. Dunston kick off wearing the all-red kit, kicking from left to right, while Stocksbridge Park Steels are in the yellow shirt, blue shorts, blue socks, kicking from right to left. The Stocksbridge team is as follows. Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Jordan Lemon, Bailey Baker who's come on for Jack Tinker, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Alex O'Connor, Curtis Turner who's the captain today, Ethan Bojang, Luke Rawson, Charlie Wood and Iffy Apebu. The bench is Keegan Townrow, Luca DeFalco, Lewis McCaskill and Ben Partridge. The Dunston team today, there's been no changes at the half of them, is Daniel Staples in goal, then it's Craig Baxter, Craig Scott, Philip Thornville, Jude Swales, Terence Galbraith, Liam Fear, Michael Pearson, Carl Finnegan, Sado Jallo, and Dale Pearson. So we've just got one they're just trying to chase, and it's first headed out their way by goalkeeper Daniel Staples, and the Steels have an early throw in here. And it's a foul throw from Stocksbridge. It's absolutely stupid and daft from Bailey Baker there, really. Not a great start to him coming on from the bench. That is such a daft one to give away. It's back now for Scott to have the throw-in. And he shows you how to take a throw-in properly. But as I say, that gives it to a Stockbridge. But he shows you how to take it legally. As well, he's going to go down the left wing for Dunston, but Liam Fear can't keep it in. Looks like Fear has switched onto the left wing going through the second half. And now there is a goal that's going to help us out, though, very well. Help us keep close to the playoffs, because Shildon have taken the lead against Hebburn. 1-0 to Shildon. Billy Grulich-Smith scoring from the spot. So if the Steels can turn this round, and it's helping Dunston out, obviously, as well, that is a big, big scoreline for both these sides. Both teams will be very happy with that. As Stokes just earn a free kick in their own half there, that will get rid of some of the pressure. Back for Townsend to take this free kick, who's so Townsend is going to send this one long. And it's going to bounce over if FA were trying to get onto it, but he's just being forced out of the game there by Philip Turnbull. It's out for a Dunston throw-in, right next to the linesman over at the local advertising audience. Throwing going down the line, headed away there by Stocksbridge, and then go back to Dunston, who's just going to kick it up. Looks like we're going to have a bit of volleyball for a bit as well. I say that Stocksbridge immediately head it right out of play and give it back to Dunston. Not a bit of a shaky start to this second half from the Steels. Not what you wanted to see as we have the 47th minute here. We've been 1-0 to Dunston. Goes back into the middle, but to Baker. Baker's going along and clip it long, looking for Rawson, but he's going out to play, and it's just this Stocksbridge team just looking like they've not played together at the moment. It's just very, very poor from them, and they need a big turnaround in just performance levels, because there's absolutely no sting in this game. While I've been talking, nothing has happened while we wait for this throw-in to happen. Dunston are happy for this just to tick on this game. Throwing going down the line, bounce over the top, goes to Fear, who's collected the left wing, and they might turn this into attack here, but a good tackle goes in, and it's out for a throw-in. Appeals for a free kick, but nothing given. Dale Pearson's going to go over to take this. And as I say that, he's going to leave it for Scott. In a very understated start to the half is what I'm going to say. Goes back there to Scott. Scott going to take touch, looking to cut inside. He does with a good pass out, but it's just beyond his man, and it's going to go back to Townsend here. Townsend just going to take it now, and he's going to look to send this one long. And he's going to try and get it to the left-hand side. It's going to Bojang, who flicks it onto Wood. Wood takes it inside. Back heel to Bojang. Great play. Rawson wanting the pass. He's going to slip through, looking for a Famu. Just bit beyond it, but it's good play from Stockbridge and a lot better from the team. That is more what you want to see. Bojang and Wood really linking up well. We see the Wood a relatively new signing and Bojang the new signing doing that. Bojang having some mixed reviews here in the stands so far in this, based on his debut performance. Sent long here from Staple. Head away by Turner, but blocked by Turner, goes into the middle, and the missed challenge there, but still goes to Wood. Now with O'Connor, and O'Connor's going to look for the run of the Fabu. The offside flag is up. And the lob there did go in. It would have been a goal of the season had that had been counted. And I think that was offside, I will say, but it's. But I think the question I had was that I think when the ball played, it was offside. I'd say. I think that's a fair decision from the referee. Great ball though, and it was a great finish. It just so it doesn't count. Hopefully, at least gives a Fabu a bit more confidence. Sometimes wonder if a Fabu would have more success going down the middle rather than on the wing. He can hold up a ball well. As the ball goes long here, but headed away, and going to be Jallo keeps it penned in before it goes to Lemon, who's got his back to the opposite side of the field, but he doesn't manage to clear it off a Dunston man and earn the throw-in. And now it's back where Lemon is going to take this throw-in. Goes down the line, but head away there by Swales into the middle. Turner's going to get onto it. Gets enough on it to get to the right wing. And it's going to go beyond Baker. Has to leave it for a throw. And it's just poor pass after poor pass. I've got to say, Curtis Turner, who is normally one of the most reliable men on the pitch for Stockbridge, is having a bit of a poor game for them today. And the problem is that if Ian would like to change things in central midfield, he can't. There is no one really in the midfield. The only thing he could do is bring Keegan Townrow on and put Langton into central midfield. As they lose the ball in midfield there, Stocksbridge, as if to prove my point there, but Dunstan's clip ball is headed away by Oglesby. But no one comes to collect in midfield, and this is where Stockbridge are losing games, I think, in the middle, is that this midfield is missing every second ball at the moment. It goes to Jallo on the right wing. Ball is going to be clipped in, but it's not anyone, and Townsend is going to go collect that as it curled towards his goal. He's just waiting. He's going to now send it long. Rawson's going to try and chase down it. Yeah, and it's going to go beyond him. Fabu's trying to get the touch. He does, but it connects with his hand there. Nothing's given. He's going to fight for it because I think he thought he was going to get given. Bojang's fighting for the ball now, but Bojang is given the free kick away for a bit of shirt pulling. It was a clear hand ball there. I think Dunston would have felt aggrieved there. But Stockbridge with some better balls going forward. And it's now going to go back for Staples to take. So Staples, the goalkeeper, who was a reserve goalkeeper last time we faced this side, are now going to take his time over it. You can't blame him for it, but though the referee might have to have a word eventually. Or as one of the fans realises what he's doing there and has a bit of a go. Staples is now sending out long, but it's right in the middle. Bojan gets the first touch, but it just bounces and Dunston will forget it. And there, that was handball that time, and it was actually given. And Craig Baxter, he's having a bit of a go, does have a point because it wasn't given the other way. I can understand his annoyance there. Because, you know, that's what you don't like from referees is inconsistency. I'm sure we can see. And Carl Finnegan's there trying to block off the ball being done 5 yards ahead of what it is, but it is in the right place, I'd say. So I think the players might be a bit careful surrounding their free after the antics we saw at the Fulham game at the weekend. As Townsend's going to try and clip this ball in, but it's beyond the Fabu, and also Dale Pearson's going to go out for a goal kick. Interesting to see Townsend coming over to take the free kicks. So there's a goal over at Ossett. Danny South has equalised for them against Colstown, the former Steel. The referee will probably have to have a word with Daniel Staples at some point because he is taking his time with everything, and you can't blame him for it at the end of the day. This is how you win games. He's even going to go to the opposite side of the goal now. But I think the referee will have to say, can you actually hurry it up, please? Because it is a bit of a mixed take. Even Ian Richards is starting to get annoyed about that now. And now he continues to take time, and I wonder if a booking might come from the next time. And Staples has, I was going to say, just about to send it out. Jallo's kept it in, but it's going to outplay. It's going to have to be Dunston and Lemon got the last header onto it. Back for Baxter to take now. Baxter going to take a few steps and go down the line. Jallo heads it on, and it's just bouncing a few innings. It goes in. The box appeals for a handball. That one's not given either. Dunston continues to attack. They're being pushed a bit further back now into central midfield. Now back into Baxter, takes century to Fear. Fear's going to cut inside. You've got to watch his shot from long range after we saw in the first half. Gets it to Turnbull there, who's going to clip the ball in, headed behind him, and then headed behind Lemon. And Townsend has to just kick that one out. I think it's going to be a goal kick thanks to the closing down the Dunston. And I think Lemon made the wrong choice there. And it's going to go back to be a goal kick for Townsend. No one behind that goal at the moment. No one braving the rain to go behind that goal. No hardy Dunston fans. I expected the Geordies to be out there in their shorts over there, to be honest. Ball going long, but I think this might just go back to Dunston. It does. Fear heads it forward. Goes to Finnegan, who's able to clip it onto the left-hand side for Dale Pearson, who's going to be allowed to run onto that. He's going to actually hold on to it a bit as he passes it back to Turnbull. Faber's coming in to try and put some pressure on as it now goes back to Scott. As they're happy to pass it in the defence to Galbraith. Rawson looking to press. And now it's going to get it through to 5 and to Jallo, who's tries to touch it on, but it's going to get deflected. And it's Wood there who's following it on to try and stop it go out of play. And I think that's, well, even though it's going to be a Stocksbridge throw, not sure I tried so hard though. So it's back now for a throw-in for Lemon to take. Lemon now at left back after that substitution. Bailey Baker coming on for Tinker. Going to go, but it's Dunston immediately deflecting, clear it. Langton is able to clear that though. Only back for Galbraith to knock it forward, and Jallo's collected it across chest. And then he tried to get it to the left-hand side. It is deflected, but it still makes it to its man. And they cut it through to Jallo, back heel it again, and it's gone through to Finnegan, back to Fear. Fear's looking for the shot, but he's been closed off. He managed to get through to Jallo, and now he's back to Fear on the left-hand side. Fear's going to take a shot, it's deflected, and Townsend's able to collect it in his arms, but Steele's creating more problems for themselves than they really need to. 55 minutes gone in this game, and it's now back for Townsend, who's sending it long, looking for Rawson. Rawson is going to be beaten to the head of there by Galbraith, and it is going to go out. And it sounds like Lewis McCaskill's being called over. We may be about to see him come on. Ben Partridge is also there warming up, I can see. And it looks like Ben Partridge we might see a complete change in the attack. As Bailey Baker pass it back here to a corner back right hand side here. Ball's going to get clipped in. Chest out by Bojan. Bojan just takes a touch and needs to be forced out of it there. Should have took the first shot. Flicks it through, deflected. Needs Ross to get onto it, but then it's a penalty. Must be a handball in there. I personally didn't see it. I can't say it was a penalty for sure because I am being told. No, I've been told by someone to me, yes, someone else. So I didn't see it, so I can't say for sure if it definitely was a penalty. I'll be as fair as that. But the Steels do have a penalty kick, and it's Ify Afebu to take it. The winger here has a chance to put Stocksbridge level. And it's a big, big chance. Well, yeah, just as he said, is he making up a penalty there? He might well be, because I didn't see the handball personally. I am someone to the side of me says they have. I haven't. I can't say. I'm not going to say something I haven't seen. But Afebu will take the penalty, and it's been taken a lot quicker. As we just see Staples take his time having a good kick of the post. Afebu here with the chance to level the game for the Steels. Here comes Afebu. Stutter run up. Never liked the stutter run up. Takes a shot. Save! Well saved by Staples. 2 missed penalties in this game. Afebu misses it. It's well saved and he held on to it as well. Big waste opportunity by Stocksbridge once again. And you just feel after that, as he goes off the back of Baker's feet there as he tries to push it on, I think that might well be just Stocksbridge's day when you're missing a penalty like that. Well saved by Daniel Staples. So it's now back here. Oh, that's just rubbish. Complete rubbish. Throwing down the line. We'll see if. But there's a foul. And this time, it's a foul throw given Dunston's way. Given against Dunston. So Stocksbridge will need to continue this pressure. They got a penalty out of kind of nothing. Ben Partridge looks like he might be about to come on for the Steels. But he's used to some late drama here. Now it's here for Townsend, who has got a free kick here, actually, rather than the throwing. Going to clip the ball, looking to get it in. Looking for Rawson, who does head it on. Afebu looking to turn, but headed away by Dunston. Rawson gets a touch and he keeps it in the mixer. He needs to find the space for a cross. He's trying to get down to the byline. He's going to put a poor cross in. Oh, it's actually, they'll say poor cross. Deflected. It's a corner kick to Steels. Steels are now the better side ever since that penalty, even if they didn't score it. And they'll look to take the opportunity from the corner. Ben Partridge is ready to come on for the Steels. And now it looks like Luke Rawson, Mitch Langton in there, Ethan Bojang as well. Ball being clipped in, out swinger. Rawson gets header onto it, but Dunston are able to head it away. In turning Rawson to his first one, but it's Dunston. It's Stockbridge just aren't winning any second ball in this game. And it looks like they might get the turn in on Lemon here, Dunston. They take the shot on the top, and Townsend caught well off his leg. Honestly, that's gutting. It's absolutely gutting for the Steels, and that might be it for us in this promotion battle. That might well be it. And we can only say it's our fault. We had a penalty, we had the chance, we were started getting the ascendancy, and then we've let ourselves down. And the Steels are going to make some substitutes now to see if they can change the game. It's going to be the last 2 available. It's going to be McCaskill and Partridge. Massive mistake from Stocksbridge, and the Steels have managed it, and the Steels may well be out of this now. So it's Ethan Bojang going off. And Afebu coming off as well, with Partridge coming on to make his re-debut, his second spell with the club. Oh, that's just awful for Steels. That might well be it. The goal difference doesn't help now as well. As well as immediately clipped out the left-hand side, goes Grave Run. Going to go to be a Dunston throw-in. Stocksbridge need a lot if they want to get back into this. Right hand side, and Turner can only head that one out to play. And it's going to be a throw into Dunston on the right hand side. Baxter coming over to take it. And it's just Baxter throws it in the middle and flicked on there by Turnbull. Shallow gets header on, but it's going to be clear, and then Lemon clears away. And here comes McCaskill, who's looking to roll out, but he's immediately tackled, trying to do a bit too much for McCaskill there. And they get it through to Jallow, and it's well in there from Turner, who gets it to O'Connor. He lays it off now to Wood, who's looking to get it to the right-hand side, but it's going to be headed away by Scott, and then the second side challenge gets away. It's actually Pearson there, and Dunston may turn this around. It's with Finnegan now, turns it, looking to get it down the left-hand side, and now it's back here and going to go to Baker, and there's going to be a foul given, which I don't think was really for much. Steels get the free kick. Liam Fears brought Stockbridge out twice now, and that's why the Steels are heading out to the playoffs. Townsend is going to send it long, looking to get it through, and Partridge trying to get on the end of it. Dunston forced into a scrappy clearance. We are 62 minutes into this game, and it is 2-0 to Dunston. And Baker's just come over onto the right-hand side. Put it in, and it's a poor touch from Stockbridge, and they just let it go again. It's just really, really poor at the moment. And I don't know what the Stockbridge can really do to try and turn things around. Throwing going down the line. Headed away. As it goes in, Rawson just fights for it. Rawson going down the middle. Bill round the right wing, trying to find space. He's got the base in mind, and the side challenge take it out for a goal kick. A point for the corner flag, and then they did a goal kick. You know, the referee here, you don't want to talk about the referee, because, yeah, he hasn't shaped the game in a way. But both him and the linesman have been very poor, and for both sides, actually. I think he's let Dunston down a lot as well in a few matters. And he's just a very poor referee today. But Stocksbridge can't use that as an excuse today. Hebburn have equalised against Shield, and Aidan Haywood, own goal, has done that for them. Sent long here by Staples, and then nobody tries to get a header on, and it's going to go out to be a throw-in. Baxter here is going to take the throw. Baxter going to throw it down the line, and Jallow tries to get it on. He's trying. I think it's Lemon who actually gets a foot in, and he goes down low. Caskell's going to try and fight for it, and he almost gets the bounce right. Actually, he gets it now the second time. He's trying to look for the pass across to Baker, and Baker just gets a bit wide to him, and he needs to find his Frail. He's got his help, who needs to put the cross in first time, really. And it's a really poor pass, and it's now appear to do the counter attack. Really, really poor from Stocksbridge, and now Dunston will get the counter on and look to see if they can make the most of it. Steels have got back quite well here now. And that's a pull back from Dunston, and I thought Stocksbridge may have got a foul there, is it? But instead, Dunston will continue it with Jallow here. Passes it back into the midfield. Now he's going to spread it right out here. Two backs. The Lemon goes in. It's McCaskill comes in the interception. He gets fouled as he does it, and it's a free kick to the Steels. Staples will clear it out, looking for Rawson, but it's headed sideways by the Dunston man. McCaskill can chest it down. He's playing it in the second touch. He can't get it. Instead, it's Wood who's got it. Gets it back to McCaskill, but Dunston have done really well to get it. And then McCaskill trips his man over as he goes out. And now McCaskill's going to get a summoning over for... I'm surprised he's getting a summoning over that, because it was a little trip, not much, but looks like Lewis McCaskill might get himself in the book for that. He's going to get just talking to from Mr. Johnson. And it's now back here for Staples to take. So Staples going to send it long here. Headed on by Dunston, but only back to Baker, who clears it first time. To Rawson, who heads it on. And Partridge is looking going to beat it. Ben's going to be forced out wide here. Ben Partridge takes a shot, but it's only going to wide here. Better from Stocksbridge, but I think it's probably going to be too little too late at this point. God, Rossington have got a bit of a Stocksbridge connection. Cody Pryor's just gone off and Dick Slater's replaced him. It's just the referee here is having a bit of whistling over, not sure what he's doing. Still 2-0 here to Dunston with 66 minutes gone. And now, it's going to go back for Staples to take. Staples is going to just boot that one. He's trying to get it to the right wing. Jallo is able to head it on. It's behind Oaksby, but Oaksby's going to cover it and allow Townsend to boot it up. Oh, and McCaskill goes in. There's a bit of a made-up one from Baxter. No touch on him there as he plunges to his stomach. McCaskill takes the throw quickly to Wood. Gives it back to McCaskill, who immediately gets tackled. Stockbridge just too slow in absolutely everything at the moment. Good. And there's just going to be a stoppage for one of the Dunston players struggling. So, the referee isn't really sure what he's doing there at this point, as the Dunston player is having to go off now for a second. And it's actually going to be Dunston's throwing. What? Oh, I mean, this referee is bad for both sides. That's what I want to say. He is not like just going, this is not like a biased ref or a referee that's giving one. He's just giving constantly wrong decisions, and it's hurting both sides. It's hurt Dunston quite a few times in this game. It's hurt Stocksbridge in the game. Hey. Goes through, and Langton's going to have to cover that long ball forward, and as he does, he's going to pass it back to Townsend. Townsend takes touch, and he's going to send it long. Rawson's going to try and fight for this one, but it's headed on there by McCaskill. Partridge is going to fight for it. Partridge turns it back. Wood's going to get back to Wood now. Wood's going to try and cross it over, but no one's there, and Scott has to head it out for a corner. Better from Stocksbridge. Better from the Steels. And it's going to go now to be a corner. The Steels really... So Steels will need to take this corner. They've wasted their set pieces really up to now. As Alex White Ingram's been sent over to be the ball boy, I've noticed. Headed in, Rawson takes a shot, is blocked, and then Dunston able to clear it at the second attempt. And then Fear's gone over. And it appeals for a free kick to no sides. I think maybe Dunston had the right to be aggrieved as Fear would have been clear there. And I think they are kind of right there, Dunston, to be angry at that. Yeah. And it could have been a red for Bailey Baker there. I think the Steels get a huge let-off there. Told you he'd been bad both ways, this referee. As it's on the right-hand side here for Stocksbridge. Going the right side, Steels need to put the ball in early. They're going to put the ball in. It's lofted and behind everyone. It's an absolute waste. Jallo is back in defence, clears it. And then they're looking to get the turn here. Dunston going with the elbow. This is the thing. The Dunston attacker has gone in with a shoulder to get the ball. I don't blame him for it, but it is a foul more on Dunston, and he gets the free kick. This referee is just something else. Ogilvy's going to get a booking for that one and all. For such a crucial game, to have a referee that seems to just call the wrong way every time. I mean, my lord. I know Oglesby gets a booking there for that. I don't know even what to say when it's not that you can't blame the Steelers result on the referee because the referee's equally poor. He's hurt Dunston. Bailey Baker probably should have just been sent off, really. As the free kick goes in, but it is tackled and Stocksbridge might get to counter attack onto it. It's touched on to Rawson, who looks to turn. There's a tackle in on him, and then he loses the ball, and then Rawson just moves so slowly sometimes, like in cement. And now Dunston have a chance for the attack. Right. And then the Dunston player goes down, and easy as anything. And Dunston have, to their credit, learned they can buy this referee very, very easily, and they're taking advantage. And now it's Turner who's going to get themselves in the book. Hebburn have taken the lead against Shilder and Amal Pawal scoring there as Turner gets the booking. And it's a big turn to the Steels to defend because it would really be over if they can get this one in because it is about 40 yards out, a chance for Turnbull to put a ball in. 71 minutes gone. Turnbull's going to clip the ball in, headed behind him, and it could be a chance. It's going to be a corner kick to Dunston. That is actually a corner, and he's given a corner, so we'll give credit to the referee because he's got that one right. As Dunston, unsurprisingly, take their time. Can't blame him for that. We're just waiting for it now. Has anyone else got anything interesting playing? Well, because while Dunston take the time, we are going to have some time to fill. Steals musical interlude. Yeah, might have to get some daft music to play when we have things like this. I think I'd rather listen to Hall's music than see Stocksbridge fall to another defeat, to be honest. Here comes the ball in. It's a clip ball looking for the middle. Headed away by Rawson. Big header away. Jallo was waiting. Goes back here to Pearson, who gets it onto that left-hand side. Looking to turn Fear, who's caused so many problems already. He gets it onto the left. And here come Dunston again. Clip it backwards. A good interception. And Lemon's going to knock it down long. Partridge trying to chase Partridge, who's been lively since coming on. And he's earned a throw in there. And Partridge originally was going to take the quick throw in. Surprised he didn't because he didn't think he had the through. He says he gives it back to Baker, who will have to watch out for the man on, but he does get it through to Lemon, who's moved into central midfield at the moment. He's looking for the pass over. It's a great pass here to Partridge. Partridge might have the beating of his man here, but he's been covered well. And it's going to be a goal kick. Good play by the Dunston defence there. Stocksbridge showed glimpses of good play. That's sometimes more frustrating than just being battered. Because you just hope maybe Stocksbridge can get one. Because if they can get one in the next 10 minutes, then it's going to be a very interesting end. And the Steels would take a draw in this game, I think. Yeah, it's back for Staples to take the goal kick, who played a crucial moment, saving that penalty when it was just 1-0 to Dunston. Sent long here. Yeah, Oglesby slices the clearance, but Lemon stops it from going out. Goes to Baker, who slices his clearance forward, though, and eventually doesn't get it to the right-hand side. They fight to keep it in. They do keep it in. It's a good ball, actually. And it's been well collected by Finnegan, who's going to get it down the right-hand side, and they blocked it off Oglesby to be a throw into there. It's going to be Dunston down the right-hand side. Do wonder we are missing Ross Goodwin a lot in this game. That physicality in midfield really being missed in this game. The ball goes in, but it's knocked away, and it's going to be well in by McCaskill, who then loses the ball, but gains it back again, and then he goes again, and this time he's pushed over and he earns the free kick this time. And it's going to go back, and this time, and it looks like Liam Fear will end up in the book for that one. I think the referee has just decided he's booking everyone at this point, but it's going to see, and looks like the Dunston physio might be about to come on because one of their players is down. So just wait. We're going to have another stoppage here. And here comes the Dunston physio, so we have a bit more time to wait. Please do comment when we have these stoppages, because I have nothing else to do other than and there's not even enough score lines really to tell you about. So Townsend with the opportunity to put a ball in. No, Dunston occupying the high line to try and prevent. And Dunston are going to make a substitution. It looks like it's Craig Baxter coming off, and Craig Scott, coming off. And Jack Kamada is coming on for him. Some extra reinforcements in defence, it seems. And Townsend will now knock this one long, looking for the header, but it's headed away by Dunston first time. Steele's looking to get the header back into the box. Rawson chests it down. He passes it back onto the right-hand side, and the ball goes in and he's blocked, and that is just easy. It's easy to deal with. And it's cleared away, and now it's a chase where Baker has to pass it back to Townsend, and he's passed it a bit wide of him. And Townsend, who almost passed it right to the defender, but instead he gets it to Baker. Yeah. Knocked it down the line, but that is being blocked off. And the Stocksbridge midfield just constantly seems to disappear. And And now it's just been an O'Connor there, just knocks it out of play for a Dunston throw. Just the deadline for signings is this Thursday. I don't know if Ian has got anything else he might have planned, but this central midfield I think might need a bit more bolstering because it needs some more strength in it. It's to win some of these sort of games as Langton heads that one away and it's just going to get caught there by Turnbull and he's forced to go leftwards. Back now to Kamada, whose first touch has knocked it long and it might have gone through to Fear, but Townsend's going to rush out, takes the touch and he's out of his box. I thought he's thinking of picking it up. He's sending it long now to Rawson, who heads it on, and then it's knocked on and McCaskill's going to chase, but it's been well covered here by Dunston. He's going to pass it back to the keeper who slices the ball and he gets a bit lucky that it lands with Kamada. Yeah, goes all the way back to Langton here, who takes the touch now. Carlton Town have retaken the lead against Ossett. Aaron O'Connor scoring there as the ball goes long here, headed away back to the right-hand side for Rawson, who's got it back to the right here for O'Connor, but it's been knocked away from him, and Dunston going to hold in defence. It goes out of play. It's going to be a Dunston throw-in. 78 minutes have gone in this game now, and as the minutes tick away, the very slim chances of a comeback get even slimmer. Throwing goes down the line before it goes head on to Oglesby, who clears it away. Right. And it's going to go down and before Dunston knock it out for a throw-in. See, thank you for the comments after I said it. It's not going well for the Steels so far, though. Thank you, David and Sue. But Stockbridge off a throw. Maybe we can make something out of this. Baker will. All going to Langton, back with Baker. And it's clear, his cross was immediately blocked back with Baker to Langton, who's got it round to. They're trying to get it down the right-hand side and then break through. And there's just no way of breaking through this Dunston defence at the moment. It's with Turner. Gets it back to Lemon on the left-hand side, who's trying to get the beat of his man. Gets it here to McCaskill, who's looking to get at his man. And he's going to turn and get to the byline. Does well, he's in the box, tries to get back, but it's been knocked out of play by Jallo back in defence, and it's another corner for the Steels. Better from Stocksbridge. Here, Richard is halfway on the pitch here at the moment. We ain't going to tell enough of that in a second. Back here. Here comes the corner and look to the far post. The header's there, but no one fought through the second one, and Staples is able to come claim that well. And the Steels just don't feel like they're fighting for it in attack sometimes. He's just taking his time off. Again, you can't blame him. Imagine the referee might have words occasionally in a bit, but he's not doing it awfully when he's holding onto it like that. As Oglesby just gets a first touch onto that ball, but it's Fear who gets it onto it. Fear, what a player he's been in this game. Fear's going for it. He might go for it. As some of the fans urging, said he's going to take the pass to Jallo. Jallo cuts on the inside, takes the pass here for Turnbull, but it's well robbed there by O'Connor. Take the short pass here to Wood, and he's going to send it long here. And Lewis McCaskill's going to fight for it, but it might be just a bounce in the goal before Staples is able to clear it out. Goes over the top of Lemon here, but he's going to allow it now to go back to Townsend. So now, here Townsend is going to send that one long, and it's few bit wide, and he just gives it back to us. So he's just going to kick it. Actually, right by Townsend. Ogilvy's not judged that well. Jallo's rushing off it. Instead, he gets it back to Townsend. Townsend will take the touch. Townsend will take the pass to Baker, who stepped back to collect that ball. Now Baker's going to look see if he can, how much speed he can get up to before coming through. Baker going to knock it through, looking here for Partridge, but Dunston are able to defend it well. Partridge has done really well since coming on for the Steels. He's back with Baker to take this throw in. 8 minutes goes, the ball goes in, but flips over the top. McCaskill just needs to get to it, but he's going to get it to the second time after it's headed away. Puts the ball across, but it bounces back for Langton to take the shot. Shot well saved! Back here for Partridge, another great save! And the second shot scuffed, and it just feels like the Steels have no luck whatsoever. Finnegan just heads it over the top of Langton, but it's going to be Langton who gets away with it. Oglesby, I mean, and Lemon. Somehow, well, great play by Staples, who's making a contender for Dunston's man of the match. Wilson gets out to McCaskill, who tries to one-touch pass it here to Partridge. Partridge gets tripped. It's a Steels free kick, 20 yards from goal. And how the Steels didn't score there, I don't know. And it's Turner who's going to look to try and whip this ball in. It's a good shot. This. Wonder if Turner could sneak this in at the near post here, because he's gone back to the far end to protect his far end. Turner did score one. As we look, here comes the free kick in. He's looking for the far post. Headers in. Great save, Staples, and Rawson rushing onto it. Got it. Still, Staples is having a. And if Dunston do make it into the playoffs at the end of the season, if Dunston do make it into the playoffs at the end of the season, they'll have him to thank. Staples is going to send it long, and it's just going to bounce to Baker here. Stocksbridge might get some time to put some late pressure on. He's going to send it long. Partridge to chase here. Partridge is going to try and race onto it. Bounce off the leg of the fullback here. And then Pearson will clear it out, and he does get it to his man. But it's a poor pass that Langton gets onto, and before, again, they are able to clear. Back to who heads it there back. That's the Dunston official can hear there, who's being very passionate to defend. As he sends it along to Ross to try and nip onto, and Staples there again. What a game he's having, Dan Staples. You might think Fear might. It's going to be a substitution here for Dunston, and it's Liam Fear, a potential man of the match candidate, coming off, and it's a number. Is that 19? It says. That's not what's on our sheet.
Dunston substitution request the same green Fear.
Oh, you're going to say it's Mwanda. Fear scoring 2 great goals in this game, which is looking like it's going to get Dunston back into the playoffs and the Steels out of them. Unless the Steels have a miracle up their sleeves. We'll see. Why is Johnston, the referee, gone all the way over to attend to the substitute? Just say the Dunston official and the managers just had a fit for you to each other. That's not something you know. That's something you only see in non-league. That it goes back to Baker this throw, and he's looking to try and get it in on his left. But if we find out he just doesn't have a left foot because it's more of a clearance, and Jallo's just won the header there from it, but it goes back only to Ogilvie. He's going to get back to Townsend now. Townsend takes a long ball forward, and he's going to chest it down here for Baker, who's going to clip it down, looking here for the right wing. And he goes under his feet and caught out, and it's out for a throw into Dunston, and that a chance for attacker's gone. 84 minutes gone in this game, 85 minutes gone, and it is 2-0 to Dunston.
What did he blow for then?
We're just waiting. The referee's blown for something. And now the throw-in is going down. We will, in a second, take you to a goal update from Oakwell, but Mwanda's breaking before Lemon's able to cover it. So the goal update from Oakwell to the Sheffield Wednesday fans here who are listening intently, that Sheffield Wednesday have equalised against Barnsley. Lee Gregory has scored. There's some good news for the Wednesday fans who are here, at least. Go back to Townsend, who's going to clear this one down, looking for Rawson, who's going to chase it down well inside, but he's going to get robbed of the ball immediately, but almost gets it back, and then the charge down gets back. But then the referee has given something, and I'm not even sure what it's for. A handball. He didn't give out any handballs in the first half, now he's given them all. Again, we won't mention him for a while, but he's not been great, this referee, as Dale Pearson gets it down the left wing. And he's going to look to get it in the corner. And now he's in the corner. To think he knocked it off, and he's actually gone out before he could knock it off the Steel's fender. Goal kick here. Stocksbridge need a bit of that Wednesday feeling to come down from 2-0 behind, but they've got a lot less time to do it in as Townsend takes it, and he's going to drill it forward. And it's just going to bounce in the middle before it goes back to Langton, and Langton's going to try and get it onto the right wing for Partridge to chase, but it just goes right out of play for Dunston throwing. That moment of pressure. I feel like when the Steels have had their moments of ascendancy, they've just not taken advantage here. And it looks like Staples is now in a great game for Dunston. As we just see Kamada throw it down the line before it's headed away. Rawson's going to try and head it downwards, and he does it to Turner. Turner's rushing on. He's going to try and get it through here. Gets through to Partridge. Partridge takes a shot. It's well blocked. Great siding tackle from the Dunston defender. It's another corner steals. You've got to give credit to Dunston, who are fighting for every moment on this pitch. And they will well deserve their win. It's another corner for Steels. Can we take advantage? Can we cause some late nerves? Here comes the ball in. It's not a great corner. It's headed away by Dunston, and they get the second header away as well. Well, O'Connor gets onto it. O'Connor's looking to put the second ball in. Oglesby and Rawson hovering, keep punching it, and the referee hasn't given the free kick. It's clear off on. Big Charlie Wood there has done it. Has he given it? He has given it. To be honest, I don't think that should have been a goal. I think that was a foul on the goalkeeper. I will say as fair as that. But the Steels have got one back. So I'm going to be honest. So the Steels have got one back. It's going to be a nervy end for Dunston. It's a bit lucky for the Stocksbridge, especially because I think the referee should not have given that one. And now the Steels will have the men to go through, and the through can Partridge get on the end of it, but no, going to go back to Staples here. So we are in the 89th minute here. And now we have got how much stoppage time we get. And the keeper here might be giving more stoppage time away than he realises as he sends it long here. Head away by Baker. Turner will try and head on, but instead it's Max who heads it forward. Well done, Lev gets it to Mwanda, who's going to lay it on well here for DL Pearson. He's going to do well to get to Pearson as well. Baker's covering it, and they're going to take it back there to the corner flag. And it's going to be a bit of corner flag action. Goes out of play, it's going to be Stockbridge throwing. Stockbridge have won that fight in the corner flag. No one can do it as well as the England women did in that final. It is amazing, though. England women, in that final in the Euros, got it down to a fine art, didn't they, that one? Waiting to see how much added time we're going to get. As the throwing goes down line, Steels just need to get it out of here and see if they can cause some problems. Ball going down the line, not back to Langton, who's going to knock it forward here. Partridge tries to get it, but it's been cleared away by the Kamada. And it's a slice one by Baker there, but it's Turner who's got some time, as you can hear from behind me. He lays it off to Lemon, who's going to look to, he's trying to turn, but he's been covered by Jallow, and he's bouncing the midfield, cut it out there. It's a poor one, Langton tried to get it on, but Turnbull is going to press forward, slips it through, but well inside by Oglesby. Gets a short pass to Turner. Turner's going to spread out to the right for Baker. And they take it middle. It looks, I've heard 5 left, so it looks like that might be the amount of time we're getting. Langton going to get it to the left-hand side for McCaskill. McCaskill looking to beat his man. He needs to use Lemon, really. And he's lost the ball there. And they're going to continue here. The Steels have just fallen asleep there, Jallow being able to move forward without much problems there. He's passed it back to Pearson now. Now he's got it to Baxter. Sliding challenge goes in from McCaskill. Don't see how it's going to be a Dunston throw-in. Steels will need to do a lot more to fight back and be awake when things like that happen. Looks like we're going to make another substitution here. And it is the striker turned centre-back, John Shaw, who... So John Shaw, who has played plenty of games here at Brackenmore. So John Shaw has played plenty of games here at Brackenmore before, but that's when he was part of the Sheffield Wednesday reserves, because he came through their academy before making himself a legend at Gateshead, where he scored many, many goals as they narrowly missed out on promotion to the Football League. Fine, it's fine, and that, as you heard, 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes for the Steels to try and get a dramatic equaliser here. Ben Partridge on the pitch. He's used to doing some late drama. 97th minute, Pontefract, remember? Throw goes down the line here to Baxter, and it's just going to held up in that corner for a bit. Back now for Jallow, and Lee is going to get it in that corner. We can't really see it. It bounced out. It's going to be a throw-in, and I think it's stopped. I don't know which throw-in it's gone. I think it's going to be Dunston's throw-in. Looking at it. And that's just a frustrating thing. Are we just going to see a load of time get wasted down in that flag? Stocksbridge never seems to be able to do it well, but can Dunston do it well? Throw-in goes into Jallow. He's going to get it back into that core flag, and then back in the middle, and then goes to O'Connor, and this is where the counter's going to try and go. Rawson just needs to look and turn and get past, but he's going to be tackled, and It's now Dunston who've got it back in on the halfway line. Charged down by Lemon, and then Max knocked it out, and the Steels are moving quickly to try and get it forward. Langton here will allow Lemon to do. Yeah, and he's going to be forced backwards, Lemon. Here. While also having one of the Dunston bench in front of him. Lemon just needs to do it quickly, though. He gets it to Langton. Back to Lemon. Takes the pass. It's really from Lemon. And it's a long shot there from Pearson, who is seeing it before it goes out. Townsend was off his line. They were looking to do what Fear was doing, but it does waste more time. And Townsend will rush to try and take this. Here comes a long ball forward. It's going to be headed on and out actually for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Baker's going to come over to take it. Takes it, rolls it out quickly here to Langton. Langton's going to knock it forward. It's a chase for Rawson, who gets a good touch, cuts inside, passes it back to Langton, who's going to get it down the right wing. They needs the ball in, needs to put the ball in, but they're not putting the ball in. Gives it back to Langton, who is being immediately pressed, and this is where Stockbridge do suffer. They don't get the ball in, but that's a good ball into the right-hand side. Shrugs off his challenger. It's a high, teasing ball. Rawson can't get the head, and the clarity is knocked off. And they're peeling the handball, and the referee immediately gives it, though I'm not sure on that one, though. It was close enough to say, maybe. A crucial decision from the referee there. Hope he got it right. I think he might have actually for one. As Dunston are just kicking the ball away there, but I do wonder if the referee's adding that time on as well, because I'd say we only have a minute left. So we're just waiting for Staples to take it, and he's going to kick it long, and they're going to try and keep it in here on that right-hand side. Jallo's done well. Bounce it, keeps it just about in, and then Lemon keeps it in, and the pass from Lemon just can't go right, and Dunston are able to clear it. And it's going to bounce and hang in the air for ages. Langton to way back for Oglesby to clear it up. Rawson's going to fight for it. He heads it on, it just goes behind Partridge, and that is going to allow Kamada to clear it up, and then it goes back to O'Connor, who's forced backwards. He's going to turn well, O'Connor. Going to try and get it forward here to Langton. Langton's going to carry on forward, and he's going to be well robbed of the ball, but O'Connor just takes it away from him as well. O'Connor's going to pass it forward to Rawson. Back heels it through. Turner trying to get in the end of it. Turner takes shot, is saved, and then Wood comes in. Wood takes shot. What a massive goal! That's all but Stocksbridge 5 steals! Wow, what an incredible effort! The first time didn't go, but now the Steels get it back. There's some coming together between Staples and Rawson. It's massive. Charlie won. Staples doesn't seem to be very happy. I think we've got Charlie Wood's personal fan base there as well. Wow. It's bad news at Hillsborough. At Hillsborough, Oakwell, Barnsley have retaken the lead. For Wednesday fans, we do have more Wednesday fans listening. It is 2-2 here now. And is that coming back from 2 goals? Oh, beware, Dunston are attacking here. They've got it on to the right-hand side. Lemon's going to go over and collect it. And they're going to send it long. McCaskill's going to chase it. Headed away by Dunston. O'Connor blocks off. It's going to go back to Baxter here. I'm thinking praying for for full time here because Dunston are on the attack. It goes back to Lemon, who's knocked it long, and now McCaskill's going to chase it. McCaskill might get onto it here. He's going to get the referee is not going to give He's going to give the goal kick for sure because that's what it should be. And well, the referee, I think. Ooh. He's going to watch himself forward. And Lewis McCaskill could talk himself into a card. By my count, we are well done with stoppage time, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear the full time whistle. It's going to go right out. And that is full time. What drama here at Brackenmore! They were 2-0 down, two fantastic efforts from Liam Fiorina, but then Steele's own hero, the on-loan midfielder, Charlie Wood. One, it was a scrappy goal that I think Dunston will have some complaints about, thinking their goalkeeper was fouled. But then the second, I think Wood recovered, turned back to goal, slammed it past the goalkeeper, 2-2. The Steels get a point, they stay in the playoffs for now. But is that comeback the confidence boost Stocksbridge need going into the end of the season? It's 2-2. Thank you everyone for listening. We will see you on Saturday for the away game against Tadcaster Albion. Thank you for everyone listening, whether you're a Steels fan or a Dunston fan. Thank you to everyone here for attending the game, and thank you to Dunston for being fantastic visitors today. We will see you on Saturday. I've been Adam Allcroft, your commentator, and we'll look forward to it. Roger.